Crafting time in your tale, choosing a time period in storytelling. Hello everyone. Welcome to our next lesson in the English language learning series, focused on storytelling and jokes. Today, we're diving deep into the elements of storytelling, particularly on creating a setting. We're going to focus on a vital aspect of your story's setting, which is choosing a time period. So, are you ready to turn back the hands of time? Let's get started. First and foremost, we need to understand why the time period, or when your story takes place, is important. The time period can significantly impact your characters, plot, and even the mood of your story. For example, a story set in the medieval period will have different societal norms, technology, and lifestyle compared to one set in the present day. The time period can also add depth and color to your narrative, enriching the experience for your listeners or readers. When choosing a time period for your story, there are a few factors you should consider. 1. Familiarity. It's often easier to write about a time period you're familiar with. If you choose a historical time period, you'll need to do a lot of research to accurately depict the era. 2. Relevance. The time period should make sense for your story. For example, if your story involves advanced technology, a future time period might be appropriate. 3. Interest. Choose a time period that interests you. If you're passionate about the Victorian era, for example, that enthusiasm will likely come through in your writing and engage your audience. Once you've chosen a time period, the next step is effectively communicating it to your audience. Here's how. 1. Details. Use specific details to subtly communicate the time period. This could include descriptions of clothing, technology, societal norms, and so on. 2. Language. The way your characters speak can reveal a lot about when the story is set. For example, slang from the 1920s will give a very different impression than modern-day lingo. 3. Contextual clues. You can also use historical events or people as clues. For instance, mentioning a notable event like the moon landing immediately places your story around the 1960s. And there you have it. Choosing a time period is a crucial part of setting creation in storytelling. Remember, your chosen time period should not only be relevant to your story but should also be effectively communicated to your audience using specific details, language, and contextual clues. I hope you found this video helpful in crafting the time period for your stories. Stay tuned for our next lesson where we'll continue exploring more elements of storytelling. Until then, keep practicing, and as always, happy learning.